What is up, Cowboy Nation? Dallas fan 1997 here, guys, and the draft is here, man. The draft starts tomorrow. I'm going to be working for pretty much all of the draft. I'm going to be at work while the draft is going on, so I'll probably have to make some videos on Friday talking about it, but my Flyers, tonight we play against the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's funny, being a Cowboys and a Flyers fan, I have a good reason to hate both Pittsburgh teams. I hate the Steelers and I hate the Penguins. Hopefully we get the win over the Penguins. My Sixers did beat the Boston Celtics yesterday, and my New York Yankees dominated the Red Sox yesterday. So yesterday was a very good sports day for me. Yankees dominated, the Sixers won. Very good day. Hopefully the Flyers can be the trifecta. The Cowboys, though, we got to hit in the draft, fan nation. The Cowboys right here, we got to hit in the draft. I already don't like the feeling going into it. I mean, what the heck was Jerry Jones doing bringing in Bill Clinton today? I don't want to get political or whatever. I know Bill Clinton is a Cowboys fan, along with George W. Bush, by the way. But, like, bro, I literally made the joke. I was like, does somebody need to go out there and remind Mr. Jones, this is not 1993 anymore. This is 2026. It was just, I just thought that was funny because, Bill Clinton was the last president, of the United States when the Cowboys last won the Super Bowl and made it to the championship, right, in 95. So I just thought that was funny, does somebody need to remind Jerry Jones it's not 1993 anymore? I thought that was pretty funny. But the Cowboys have to hit in the draft, fan nation. We need a middle linebacker desperately. Stephen Jones has already come out and said that George Pickens is going to play on the franchise tag, so I would not be surprised if the Dallas Cowboys draft a receiver. Look out for Jordan Tyson. Look out for Amari Cooper Jr. I could absolutely see the Dallas Cowboys picking up those two guys. They brought them in for a visit. I could see the Cowboys drafting a receiver. Now, to me, it only makes sense to draft a wide receiver if you're going to trade George Pickens. If you're going to just draft a receiver to help out Dak, I mean, we've been trying to do that now for how long, and how has that worked out? And plus, last year we had George Pickens for, 17 games, and what did that get the Cowboys? 7-9-1. So defense is where you really need to make a focus at. Now, if Spencer Fano out of my alma mater, the University of Utah, is there at 12, I think the Cowboys would be smart to take him, and you would build your offensive line. You get a tackle, you get a sure tackle there. So I wouldn't be opposed to offensive line either. But really, defense is where we need to focus. If Mansour Delane is there at 12, you take him. If Caleb Downs happens to be there at 12, you take him. Heck, if Sonny Styles falls to you at 12, you take him. I don't expect Arvell Reese to fall that far. That'd be great if Arvell Reese fell to the Cowboys, but that's not going to happen. But if one of those guys is there, you got to take him at 12. I would still say if you're at 12 and Spencer Fano is there out of Utah, my alma mater, I'd be happy with that pick. I would take him. But don't be surprised if the Dallas Cowboys draft a wide receiver, because now it's looking like Jordan Tyson could possibly be the pick there at number 12, or possibly Amari Cooper Jr. So with the 20th pick, though, you got to go out there and you got to get a linebacker. I know C.J. Allen's projected to be a late first, early second, but he's going to be your best linebacker available, and you don't really have a Mike, so you got to go out there and get a linebacker. Yes, would it be a little bit of a reach to pick C.J. Allen at 20? Yes. The reason I said 12 is because on some of my PFF boards, there are like teams taking C.J. Allen at 13, 14, and 15. So, I do think that's a bit of a reach though at that pick. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys took C.J. Allen at 12 either. So don't be surprised there, or they take him at 20. I would be happy if we took C.J. Allen. My dream scenario would be, outside of the trade I talked about the other day, would be if Sonny Styles and C.J. Allen were both to fall to the Cowboys. That would be great. Or if we were to get a more realistic dream scenario, would be Mansour Delane at 12, C.J. Allen at 20. If we got Mansour Delane at 12 and C.J. Allen at 20, man, oh man, fan nation, I would be super excited as a Cowboys fan. But the Cowboys have to hit in the draft. We cannot do a via 2019, Tristan Hill, because I just saw the post from Big Country. Shout out to him that Tristan Hill got arrested for beating a pregnant woman. Great, but he had good hustle though. That's what I remember about him. Other than that, he didn't do nothing for the Dallas Cowboys. We can't pick a Tristan Hill type of player. We can't pick a Taco Charlton type of player. We can't go out there and waste a second-round pick on a backup tight end like we did with Luke Schoonmaker. We can't waste a first-round pick on a project offensive lineman like Tyler Guyton. And we can't, waste a fourth-round pick on a guy that doesn't make the team, a.k.a. Viliame Fehoko, Reggie Robinson back in 2020. The Cowboys have got to stop drafting for trades, man. They got to take the best player available. They got to take the best player available. I know a lot of people have mentioned that they may draft McCoy and Falk. I wouldn't necessarily be excited about that. That'd probably be pretty boring picks. Honestly, I would rather take Jordan Tyson at that point over Keldrick Falk, because Keldrick Falk is a good edge, but he kind of reminds me of like a, Greg Ellis type of guy where he'd probably be solid for the Cowboys, but, he's not going to be a huge impact player, if that makes sense. And Jeremiah McCoy could be pretty good, but it's a typical Cowboys pick, right? Picking guys that are injured and not 100% healthy. That's the Cowboy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? But, if Jeremiah McCoy is healthy, he would be a great player. But, you're taking a big risk there. But it wouldn't surprise me if the Cowboys took him either. But if it were me, though, I would take Spencer. If Spencer Fano is your best player at 12, take Spencer Fano out of Utah. I watched him play at my alma mater, and he was really, really good. So I'd be happy with that pick, too. So either way, the Cowboys have got to get guys that are going to contribute to the team right away. They can't take projects. They can't take injured players. They can't take guys that have to develop. They need to get guys that are going to come in and start right away with those first two picks. Even that third-round pick you take at pick 92, you need that guy to be 100% ready. You need your first three picks in this draft to be guys that come in and contribute to the team right away. At least two of them need to be starters, and one of them needs to be a rotational backup that can contribute and help out your team, a depth piece or somebody that's going to play a lot. So the Cowboys can't miss in this draft. We can't have another Tristan Hill. We can't have another Taco Charlton. We can't have another Luke Schoonmaker, Viliame Fehoko, Reggie Robinson, Tyler Guyton. We can't afford to have that in this year's draft. We have got to hit in the draft, Fan Nation, Cowboys Nation. And man, oh man, Jerry Jones, he's been making a lot of dumb moves lately. I've not been crazy about the way the Cowboys have been run the last couple of years. It's been poorly managed. But that's all I got. We'll see who the picks are tomorrow. I'll give you my reaction to it, but just expect it Friday because I work pretty much all day tomorrow. Don't get off until like late in the day. So I'll probably bring my reaction first thing tomorrow or first thing Friday morning. That's first thing Friday morning. That's what I'll do. So, and I'll tell you what I think of the picks, whether I think they'll help the Cowboys or not. So go Cowboys, go Flyers, go Sixers, go Yankees. Hopefully Flyers, we win tonight against Pittsburgh. Hopefully the Dallas Cowboys, we have a great draft. And hopefully the Renegades play better. I didn't make a post-game video on the Renegades, but they played really bad. Played absolutely terrible against the Columbus Aviators. Wasn't surprising, but we got to clean that up. So, man. Hopefully the Cowboys hit in the draft. Hopefully the Flyers do good tonight. Hopefully the Sixers, can battle it out with Boston because that's a good team. So I'll catch y'all later. Peace.